In this video, I'm going to be talking about where you can go to purchase rare and exotic aquarium fish. In particular, I'm going to be talking about plecos in this video, but it really applies to any category of aquarium fish you're looking to purchase. Now, a lot of us aquarium hobbyists, we go down a bit of a rabbit hole with a certain category of fish, and we need something very, very specific. You know, the general common pleco isn't interesting to me anymore. I need the L046 zebra pleco that's endangered in the wild and, can't be collected from the wild anymore. Something that you're not going to find in your local fish store or even the big name fish stores. So you need to look elsewhere to find these very specific fish. It's a question I get a lot in the comments of my videos, so I figured I would kind of share this information with all of you. I'm going to break it down into 6 different kind of locations that you can look for your rare and exotic aquarium fish. And I'm going to rank it from least likelihood of finding what you're looking for to most likelihood of finding what you're looking for. Now, even the ones at the very start, the least likely ones, still might be able to help you find the fish you're looking for, but it'll kind of progressively increase in value in terms of which marketplaces are the best to find the fish you're looking for. So this first one's going to be the only one that might help you avoid having to ship your fish in, and this is going to be Craigslist, but not just your average Craigslist. Go on Google and search the words, search all of Craigslist, and you'll come up with half a dozen providers. I'm just going to use the first one here that comes up in Google that let you search all the different Craigslist regions in the country all at once. So you're really widening your net. So you're going to find fish could be California, could be Florida, could be New York. And the key here is you're going to have to, if they're not in your local area, either arrange some way to go to them if you're at least a few hours away. And if you're not a few hours away, it never hurts to reach out to them via email or phone and ask if they have any interest in shipping. Now, I've done this once before. I found somebody on Craigslist who was selling a pretty good sized group of zebra plecos, but he had never shipped before. So I got in touch with him. We got to talking. He wasn't comfortable with shipping, but what I did was I found a local fish store that was near him that does do shipping, and we got connected up, kind of started a 3-way conversation, and I paid a small fee, and the local fish store helped him ship the fish to me, and it all worked out great. So this is one option that you can use to find the fish you're looking for. So option number 2 is a little bit broad. I'm just going to call this forums. And I call it forums because a lot of times different categories of fish will have their own dedicated forum websites online. And 9 out of 10 times, those forums will have some type of classified section, some type of area where you can make both commercial sales and private person-to-person sales. So forums can be a good place to look to make a sale or to purchase some fish that are just hard to find. Now, if you're not sure where to start in finding your forums, the best place would be to just go to Google and just do, blank forums and insert for the blank the type of fish you're looking for. If you're into arowanas, maybe arowana forums, maybe freshwater shrimp forums. For me, it's plecos. I don't use this one a ton. The pleco forums that at least I'm aware of aren't super duper active in terms of their buy and sell sections. So the stuff you're going to see later on in this video is a bit more up my alley and what I use on a regular basis. But this one is an option for you, and you could potentially find something out there. So this one's pretty broad, and it might seem super obvious, but sometimes it's overlooked. A lot of times you can find the fish you're looking for just by Googling it. Now, you might not get the best price in the world, but there's a lot of online fish sellers now that have their own websites dedicated to selling rare and exotic fish that they import and, make a business out of. So, you could Google anything. I'm going to just simply Google L173 pleco here. It's a type of pleco you would probably never see in your local fish store, definitely will never see in the Petco's, PetSmarts of the world. So it's something very specific that I have to search for. And there's several websites of online fish retailers that sell this fish. Like I said, it's not the lowest price in the world. You'd probably get a bit of a lower price if you were buying it directly from an individual who doesn't necessarily have all the overhead of an online business, but you can find a lot of rare and exotic fish this way just by throwing them into Google. And obviously make sure the site you are buying from is reputable and do some background research there, but yeah, you can find a lot of fish just this way. So we're now entering the part of the video that I'd say is the best because these next 3 are the ones that I use most commonly. And this one's going to be Facebook, but not in the way you might think. It's not going to be Facebook Marketplace because you can't do anything with animals there. And most groups prohibit the sale of fish or any animals, though there are a few smaller groups out there that do allow it, but a lot of the big groups don't allow it. And you can find a group for pretty much any category of fish. It's the same thing as the forums, pretty much. There's a category of fish. There's a Facebook group for every category of fish out there. This one right here, I'd say, is probably the biggest pleco one that I know of. It has over 40,000 people, a lot of them in the U.S., but also people worldwide. So what I do is I go into the group and I search for the fish I'm looking for. We'll just do L173 again. I'll get a lot of group posts that maybe mention L173 in the comments, but there's also a good amount of posts where the post actually mentions L173, where it's a person who owns this fish and they're sharing maybe their photos or their experiences with the fish. Now, from there, what you can do is you can just send them a Facebook message, a private message, asking them if they'd have any interest in selling, if they have any experience in shipping fish. It never hurts to try and ask. I don't spam them. I don't send them a friend request. I don't do it in the comment section in the group because typically the groups prohibit the sale of fish anywhere on the group. They don't want their Facebook group to get shut down. So you got to follow the policies there. Don't do any of this on the Facebook group or you yourself could get kicked out of the Facebook group. But it never hurts to just send a private message to the individual on Facebook. Maybe they see it, maybe they don't. Maybe they answer, maybe they don't. But I have had success this way too, to kind of start up conversations with people that I've used the Facebook group to locate and find out that they have the fish I'm looking for and kind of start a conversation from there to see if they'd have any interest in selling. Again, do this in the most, harmless, least intrusive way possible. Don't spam them, don't friend request them, leave them alone for the most part, but just send out a feeler and see if they'd have any interest in selling to you. And that is one way that you can access a massive library of people that might own the fish that you're looking for. Next up is one that a lot of you probably are already familiar with, but doesn't hurt to mention it. This one is very common in the hobby, Aquabid.com. Probably the biggest auction slash eBay style website that I know of for buying and selling aquarium fish. And this is, like I said, it's pretty much the eBay of buying and selling aquarium fish. I won't spend too much time on this one because it's pretty self-explanatory. You just punch in what you're looking for on the search bar, and this is the marketplace that a lot of people use to sell their fish and to also buy rare and exotic fish. Now, one of the big advantages to Aquabid is that it has feedback profiles for sellers similar to what eBay has. And this is great if you are not sure of the legitimacy of a seller, you just feel a little bit uneasy about the purchase. You can go and click on the seller in Aquabid and you can see, the transactions they've done before and the feedback they've received from those transactions to make a more informed and trusted purchase. So that's a nice little feature that Aquabid has. But moving on to the final one, this is the one that I use the most. This is going to be the app called Band. Band hosts groups for people in different hobbies, different interests, similar to Facebook groups. It's just groups of people that have a lot of similar interests, and you can chat, you can make posts. It's pretty much the same thing as Facebook groups, but I have found Band to be one of the most active places to make trades and sales and purchases of rare and exotic aquarium fish. The only part that might take you a little bit of time is finding the right groups for the category of fish you're looking for. But if you're looking for plecos, these are the groups right here. These are some of the best ones to join, with that one in the top left being the one with the most people that I know of. This one has, I think, over 4,000 people. I haven't checked in a little bit, but it's just super active. That's the best thing about this band group. And it could be different for different band groups, different categories of fish. Maybe there's shrimp groups that aren't as active as the pleco group. But for me, this is the most active area to buy, sell, and trade plecos. People are posting on here every day about, stuff they're looking to sell or buy. There's a lot of raffles. It's just the highest concentration and highest activity level for buying and selling of plecos that I've found anywhere on the internet. So I always recommend it to people who are looking for rare and exotic plecos. 9 out of 10 times you can post something on there saying, I'm looking for this specific type of pleco, and you have 2 or 3 people respond saying either they have it or they know someone who does have it. So Band is awesome for this reason. And there is also an aquatic ratings group I'd recommend you join. This is kind of like a feedback profile that people have created for different sellers selling fish on Band. So if you want to kind of get some feedback, then join that group as well. It's in the bottom right-hand corner there. That's what the group looks like. But anyways, those are all the different methods that I use for buying, selling, acquiring, trading rare and exotic aquarium fish. If there's any area that you feel I left out, maybe an area where you commonly go to find rare and exotic fish, please let me know down in the comments below. I'm sure everyone would appreciate that. And if you're looking to see more awesome pleco and aquarium videos just like this, hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching.